Hello everyone, Gene Daigle here. I'm going to narrate this one here. I was using my ND16 filter and we did some point of interest shots. Also a quick little tutorial on the side to side movement on the camera gimbal. Not really a tutorial, just showing you how it works. So I left everything in auto with the ND16 filter on. It was the same day I did my long range test, so it was very clear and bright. So we're just going to fly out to that big grain facility and do a little point of interest. Point of interest. And the biggest thing with doing such a large subject is I had to turn the speed on the rotation way up. Otherwise, it would take forever to rotate around it. I'm going to skip through some of this flight because it's kind of boring flying over this field. And what I was saying before my phone rang was that everything was set to auto for the EV, white balance, all that good stuff. This was not HDR. This was just with the ND16 filter on. I think the Mavic Air 2, the camera looks fantastic. I know we've seen a lot of other reviewers say that, but it just seems like the colors are very accurate to what they actually are. I don't like to make things too oversaturated or blown out, so it does a really good job straight out of the camera. And here I should have probably widened that box to get the whole thing encompassed, because it did select a small point, and you'll see that while we're rotating around this thing. And here I turned my speed all the way up because I knew it was going to take forever. This was a very calm day with minimal wind, maybe 10 miles an hour at 250 feet, and that would be the gusts. Flies very smooth. I've said that before, but you can tell here how easily it does the point of interest. Not much going on at the grain facility right now. They have it all emptied out. They've carted it all out on trains, and now they're just going to wait till harvest time until they get the farmers delivering again. You can see on this point of interest at full speed, it's kicking up, in the 20 some mile an hour range. One thing I did do on this video was lighten up the shadows a little bit because it was a little dark by the base of the grain bins. I want to kind of try to give you guys a scale of how large this thing is as well. This is how long it's taking to get around it. I could tighten it up, but then you wouldn't see as much of the area while it's doing its circle. There, I cut a little more out because it did take a long time. And we're going to turn around and head it back to town. Cut all this out too. You notice I was well over a mile away doing that, and no hiccups at all. I was sitting in my sister's driveway. We're going to go to this other smaller set of grain bins and do a point of interest on the top of that grain leg. I could spend weeks doing every one of these in the county. Didn't speed this one up full speed because it's a smaller subject. I know these are probably going to get boring for everyone, but for people that try to do rotations or orbits around things, this point of interest works fantastic as long as you get the right point set. The quick shots, it's great for people, but you have to be really close to the subject, a lot closer than you do for point of interest, or it loses a subject and just the gimbal will just point straight up, or the drone will fly to a different location. It just, when it loses that target on the quick shots, it doesn't know what to do, it seems like. And the important thing to notice on these is you can move your gimbal, and you can move your distance away and, you know, further away and closer when you're doing a point of interest. Here I just shut it off and came back to myself, trying to decide what I was going to do next. And these guys that own this are friends of mine, so they don't mind when I'm flying around. They're not even there most of the time. It's just a storage facility for them. Then I just wanted to do some manual flying and practice adjusting the gimbal while flying at the same time, trying to get smoother shots. You know, the more you practice, the better you get at everything. And the Mavic Air 2 has a fantastically smooth gimbal speed. As far as I'm concerned, it works wonderful. It's really easy to get smooth footage with it. And then last but not least, you hold your finger on the center of the screen. Don't try to drag it right away or it'll create a box until that white circle comes up. My phone vibrates when it happens, and then you can slide it side to side. The drone's hovering, and I'm not turning it, I'm just moving the gimbal side to side. This was a feature I didn't even know this had until I got the drone in my hands and I noticed the range of motion. Alright guys, if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.